Yes.
Been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without a dope beat.
It's steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Hello, or should I say, howdy, and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven, and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So you know what today is.
But you lost me for my twang.
That's right, it is Twangin' Tuesday. And on this day, I like to feature country music, past, present, or future on the channel. Now, we all know my first video is going to be more on Wallen, but there's something I want to get out of the way. I did a mashup video last night, and it was Neptunes versus AC/DC, and it also had on the track these people.
Well, I'm a thoroughbred, that's what she said in the back of my truck bed as I was getting buzzed on suds out on some backcountry road. We were flying high, fine as wine, heading on down 69, and I was going just about as far as she'd let me go.
Now that is Big and Rich, and the song is Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. And I know that song, and I was digging the mashup that I played yesterday, and I was like, you know what, why don't I do a Big and Rich song? And then I start to do some research, and you know what, it's not that a Big Kenny that I have a problem with, it's John Rich now. Now, you know, when I first pulled it up, I'm noticing that, number one, John Rich was part of Lone Star. And I'm like, well, I liked Lone Star, or I liked those two songs that they had in like the 2000s. But thankfully I heard that John Rich left the group like in 98 before those big major hits hit them. And I was like, okay, well that's, you know, it happens because he left the group. Then I find out, when I type in John Rich on YouTube, I pull up two videos. One called I'm Offended, and I watched that one. And I'm not going to say I'm offended, because that's what he wants out of the video. I'm just going to say, like, dude, you know, it's one thing to do a song, and it's another thing to do a political song, but it's another thing just to do something to trigger people. And that's kind of how I felt about what's his face doing Try This, Jason Aldean doing Try This in a Small Town. That song came and went, you know, that whole hubbub of that, you know, Try This in a Small Town, that came and went, and you know, that song will be forgotten only as, you know, people are like, you know what, back in 2023 there's, yeah, that'll be about it. Other than that, nobody's talking about that song.
See ya, and I wouldn't want to be here.
So then I look, and you know, he has a song called I'm Offended, and it's talking about, you know, or at least the video is showing people of color, people who are trans, people that are gay, you know, showing all these things as far as them being like this liberal agenda, and how I'm offended because you're offended about how I am offended by you. And it's like, you know, it's like this little play on back and forth, like, well, if you're gonna be offended, I'm gonna. And I'm like, number one, that was childish. Number two, you have the My Pillow guy in the video coming in at the very end to give women pillows to pillow fight with. You know, I don't, you know. And then he has another song that came out before that, back in 2020, that was called Shut Up About the Politics, and you have all the people from the Five, from Fox News in the video. And I'm like,
come on, man.
I didn't really have a problem with them when he was on The Apprentice. You know, I didn't have a problem really with Donald Trump when he was on The Apprentice. It was just like, you know, it was what it was. It was a TV show. And I'm not going to say that name over again, because I think saying his name is like saying Beetlejuice. you're not supposed to say it 3 times, so I'm not going to say it anymore.
That's all I have to say about that.
We all know that I'm going to do a Morgan Wallen song. We all know that I'm going to do a Morgan Wallen song from the album One Thing at a Time. And we all know that, what am I at now? This might be number 30 that I'm doing on the channel, and out of 36. And I am digging every single one of them. Now, I told you guys last week that I was going to be doing this song called Outlook, because I already had it loaded up and ready to go, but I wanted to do the other one first. So I am looking forward to this. And again, I'm looking forward to getting to the end, but I'm savoring every morsel that I'm getting out of these songs because, you know, I have never deeply immersed myself in country at all, or any particular artist. You know, probably before I did Morgan Wallen, the biggest country star that I knew the most of their songs probably would have been Kenny Rogers, for real, or
12 seconds later.
Garth Brooks. Let's take a look at what Outlook did on the charts. And Blammo, it went to number 76 on the Hot 100, number 42 on the US Country, and number 70, is that 8? Yep, number 78 on the Canada charts. And if you like videos like this and others on my channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm doing at least 10 videos each and every week. So, without any further ado, here is Morgan Wallen and Outlook.
But here is what I can tell you. I was one way, and now I am completely different. And the thing that happened in between was him. So yes, I will know him for the rest of my life.
I used to think that it was me against the world, but it wasn't. Thought drinking from a glass half empty made it better, but it doesn't. Funny all the things you realize when that 20/20 hindsight vision opens up your eyes. Now my outlook on life is different than it used to be. Yeah, my outlook is someone's up there looking down and looking out for me. Something in my rambling soul said I had to go toe to toe with the devil. Fell in love with a gypsy girl, said she couldn't risk it on a rebel. At least not one that doesn't have a cause. And I'll admit, I guess back then that's all I really was. Now my outlook on life is different than it used to be. Yeah, my outlook is someone's up there looking down and looking out for me. There's so many crossroads you come to, and you can't put your finger on why you went the way you did. And then you look up and here you are on the flip side of crazy. Something more than lucky stars, you think, when you kiss your baby. Always believed in God and angels in the sky, but never thought that I deserved an angel by my side. And now my outlook on life is different than it used to be. Yeah, my outlook is someone's up there looking down and looking out for me. Now my outlook on life is
Okay, so you know what? That was real country, but it made you just, not until I saw the title, I was like, Outlook, I was like, okay, but I did not know that this song was going to be slightly religious. Not that that's a problem, because I've done other songs where, I praised the fact that somebody is willing to take a stand and stand up for what they believe in. So Morgan Wallen has done that on many occasions, as well as Batman. So this is basically about, I know that there's somebody up there. I know that somebody's up there looking out for me, because now I have somebody by my side, and, she's changed my life, or they've changed my life, and I don't think that you would have put this person in my life if it wasn't to do good. I feel that completely, because I've had certain times in my life where somebody has been put there, girlfriend and ex, they're all exes, but they've been put there at certain times in my life where I needed to pivot. And I'm not saying that I can't do it on my own. It's harder now that I'm older, but they're, in the 90s, in the 2000s, even up until, the 2010s, that time frame, when I've had somebody in my life, I've definitely changed. And sometimes for the better, sometimes, I'll just say that. But that's where the song is getting to. But just the way that it makes you feel, it makes you want to contemplate. That's a great thing that, music can do. Music can do all kinds of emotions for you. The other little thing about this, even though it sounded very country, the guitar, the electric guitar in this sounds very 80s. And what I mean by that is that you could sometimes, and there's even a setting on my keyboard over here where it says 70s synthesizer, 80s synthesizer, things like that. And there is a big difference between 70s guitar and 80s guitar, and even 90s guitar. And this sounds 80s. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You know me. So, if you are still here, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. First and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment.